An amazing motorcycle comes to BeamNG with the Hirochi Outlaw. This new free mod is the first ever motorbike released on the BeamNG repo, and it rides surprisingly well. So the Hirochi Outlaw, this is a two-wheeled beast that has some pretty unique features that make it really groundbreaking in BeamNG history. The technical achievement to just get this working in the game as well as it does is astounding. Now, in real life, this bike is based on the Suzuki Bandit. That was a budget-friendly bike that's still very fast. This one, the base model, has a 600cc engine producing 72 horsepower. Now, the obvious thing to mention is the rider. This does have an animated rider. They will do things and lean appropriately as we go around corners. There are some quality issues here. I mean, his leg is separated and about as thin as a piece of spaghetti, but other than that, it's pretty impressive. We also have a custom engine sound. Definitely sounds like a motorbike. And there is an interior. Well, if you could call it that. I suppose it's actually the exterior. Now, this has light-up gauges, and it displays things like the indicators when they're on and off. Plus, we get a couple of mirrors, although it's quite hard to see anything out of those. Now, are we going to drive in first person today? Oh, I've stalled it. Now, I've adjusted the view down here, and I am going to be using a steering wheel today. So, I'll show you how to use that a little bit later, but off we go. Now, 72 horsepower on a 280 kilogram bike. I think that even includes the weight of me. This thing is incredibly quick. 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds. Okay, out onto the road. Whoa, don't hit the curb, don't hit the curb. Those are lethal on a bike. Off we go. Whoa, turn a bit more, turn. Oh, yeah, external cam might be a little bit easier. Now, is it easy to thread the needle? No, it's not. Once you've got an open bit of road, you can really stretch the legs of this thing. So watch the rider as we go around this corner. They are really leaning, and it's actually quite realistic. They're using the weight of the body, there you go, to actually corner the bike. I can't believe this works so well. Okay, thread the needle, thread the needle, thread the needle! The rider's completely disappeared. Now, this bike does have a clutch, and when you press the brakes, you're actually controlling both the front and rear brakes together. Let's go for a crash test at about 100 miles per hour, slow motion. I think we've been unbalanced by that bump. Something's fallen off already into like a junction box, and oh dear, the bike is split in half. There's not much deformation on this, and no deformation really at all on the rider. Oh, that's got to be painful. Look at where his leg is. Oh no! There are 9 configs of this bike, and we've got everything from the normal road bikes to race bikes and even a drag bike. But now I'm going to show you how to set up this bike with your wheel. Come to your steering wheel software and decrease the maximum steering angle to 140 degrees. Now, this is sometimes also called degrees of rotation, and this means you don't have to turn the wheel that far to turn the bike. Then in your controls options in BeamNG, you need to go to force feedback, click the X-axis for your steering wheel, and then 1-to-1 behavior, set this to disabled and apply. And as you can see on screen, the wheel turns really smoothly, but I hardly have to move the wheel to get maximum steering lock on the bike. That does make this bike a lot easier to control, but it's not the only feature to add stability to this bike. You can set different lean levels by pressing U. There is a keyboard and controller preset, but I really wouldn't recommend using this bike with anything other than a controller or a wheel. I set it to 0.82, that's the one for mouse, steering, and wheel. In the settings, you can change all the bindings for the Outlaw, and look at this one, Rider Tuck. I'm going to add a binding for this on my wheel. Let's see what it does. If I press it, watch what happens. The rider leans forward to give us a better aerodynamic shape and hopefully get a bit faster. When you press the parking brake, brake, you can release or deploy the parking stand. When the bike is in neutral, if you press the clutch, the bike walks backward. This bike doesn't have a reverse gear, but you can still reverse it. Another cool feature, if you press the I key on your keyboard, the rider disappears and then you enter photo mode. But you can do the same thing by pressing F on your keyboard to get off the bike and the rider disappears. You don't really become the rider, you just become this weird shape that you are in BeamNG, but really nice that they put some detail into removing the rider for photos. Cornering at low speed can be difficult, but between 9 and 15 miles per hour, if you hit the parking brake while turning, you can do a really tight turn. Look at that. Okay, let's go, and whoa, quite a bit of wheel spin. Now we are in the 650F. This is the later model, and we've also got a fairing on here. That means it's nice and smooth and streamlined, so it should be a little bit faster. Let's go for a drive through the forest. I want to see if this thing really can handle these tight corners. Now, I'm not really going to stick to my lane because that might be a little bit difficult, but whoa, this thing is quick. Brakes are also pretty good. Let's try and lane split. Whoa, just about avoided that. Whoa, oh, don't turn too quickly. That is what knocks you off. He leans so much. Oh, sometimes he leans a bit too much. It is kind of like learning to ride a bike, I guess. It does take practice, but once you get it, whoa, once you know exactly how much turning is required for each corner, it's not too bad. I mean, I could just drive normally in traffic, but I want to go a little bit faster. So let's head to the highway. We do have indicators there at the back. There's one at the front as well. Whoa, let's let everyone know where we're going. Okay, down to the highway. Let's see what top speed this thing can do. I think 130, 140 should be possible. Okay, we're flooring it. Now is a good opportunity to see just how fast this thing can go. Why did you do that? No! Yeah, traffic really is your biggest enemy while riding the bike. So, I want to go to the right, carry our speed round the corner. It's going pretty well. Right, nobody merge. Okay, get through that gap. Nice. There's 90. I'm in 5th gear. I can maybe go down a gear. Oh, can I get past them on the right? Yes, I can. So, lean forward. 5th gear. There's 100. There's 120. Still going. 125. Oh, this is pretty cool. Let's go into external cam. Look at me go. 130. Can't see where we're going. Okay, 135. Have we got 6 gears? No, we don't. Only 5 gears. So 135 is the top speed. Come on, then. Let's do a crash test. Of course, into a Roma. Had to choose the biggest vehicle on the road, and we're on fire. Where's the rider? Uh-oh, they're on fire too. This is the top spec road model. It's the 1000F. It has a 1-litre straight 4 engine, producing nearly 100 horsepower. 98 horses under this beast. Let's see what top speed this thing has on the highway. Whoa, instantly you can feel a massive difference. Okay, 3rd gear, 4th gear. The gears are very short. Out onto the highway. Wow, we're already at 110. Still going. There's 135, 140. I mean, this isn't a super bike or even a sport bike. It's just a normal, standard motorcycle, but it's really rather quick. 150 miles per hour. That was close. No! Oh, yeah. That was brutal. I like the design of the wing mirrors. They're a lot nicer than the other ones. Why did they do that? Oh my, okay. That's why you don't go into first-person view. Look at the bike! What the heck? Wow, we finally came to a stop there. That was crazy. Yeah, the traffic really are being very annoying today. They seem to gravitate towards the bike. And in the future, the mod creator does want to add the bike as traffic vehicles. That'll be really cool to see. This is the Cafe Racer. It's a tuned motorbike designed to look like the kind of things that were produced in the 1960s in Britain by the motorbike modding scene. I really love the look of this thing. It's been stripped down, it's lightweight, and we've got a very loud exhaust. Although I can't actually see the exhaust. Where is it? Ah, there they are. Zoomies. What? Look at those things. We've got quad exhausts on here. Oh, and this bike is actually belt-driven. You can see the belt going round as you drive. That is just so detailed. Okay, I've turned the traffic off. I want to drive this thing around the streets freely. So, whoa. That is an amazing sound. Wow, the amount of backfire. Now, you have to be quite careful. You don't go over the bumps too quick, because that is how you lose control. Brake, brake, and turn. Oh, this thing actually seems to ride a little bit better. It is pretty loud, though. I guess the people living in the city wouldn't like to hear that all day. Wow, that must be like 10 backfires in one go. Okay, up the hill. What kind of torque does this thing have? Go. Oh, quite good up higher revs, but low down. There you go. Can we jump? Here we go. Whoa! That was a... Wow, how did we manage to survive that? In short, all of these things are just really fun to drive. You have to drive them Whoa. I just did a full flip. That was a full flip. What? Yeah. Anyway, these things are really fun to drive. You just have to drive them quite carefully. Otherwise, you end up doing things like that. Okay, the track day variant. We're going to take this thing around the West Coast USA racetrack. We've got a 120 horsepower, 600cc engine. It's been really tuned. It's lightweight, and look at this livery. That is a beautiful livery, and even the wheels look slightly different. We've got racing slicks on here. I wonder what they'll be like. And this thing is really streamlined. So, off we go. That revs really high, and lot of wheel spin. Oh! Okay, don't give it too much throttle to start with, and off we go. Wow. That must be 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds. Okay, brakes. Brakes are pretty good. Leaning to the first corner. We're scraping along the ground. Not bad. Now, do I have the confidence to really push this bike to limit? Probably not. Oh, I feel like we're going to lose it. Yep, there you go. Oh, no, this corner. How on earth are we going to make it round here? I reckon about 40 miles per hour. There you go. Don't lose control. Don't. And next one. Oh, I took it very cautiously, but we did make it round. And off we go. Right. What speed can this thing achieve on the long straight? Whoa, turn, lean in, power out the corner. That worked. Okay, off we go. Well, we're kind of capping out around 135, 140. It doesn't have that much more to give. Over the crest, didn't lose control, and brakes. Oh no, not again. Wow, the front brake seems to be a lot stronger on this one. Let's try that again. I'm just going to have to brake quite gingerly. Don't brake any more than that. I can see it just flipping up slightly. That front brake is too powerful. Now, this mod will be updated more in the future to remove some of the bugs and improve its usability, but right now it's perfectly fine. Just a little bit fiddly, takes a bit of getting used to. Okay, we're going to the corkscrew corner. I've never really seen a motorbike go round one of these corners before, so down to third gear, speed up a bit. Now, what speed do we take it at? I've got no idea. Leaning in. Oh, that was a weird line. Didn't quite make it around the second bit. I reckon we can take it a bit faster than that. So, turn in, turn, and then power out, and left. Whoa, that actually works. It's pretty scary, but it does work. This is the Widowmaker. It's the drag variant of the Outlaw. We've got 600 horsepower, an elongated, streamlined body, and nitrous injection. This thing should do the quarter mile in just 6 seconds. And look at the turbo actually exposed outside the body. And it spools up. It's like a jet engine. Look at the pipe shaking under the sheer power. So let's race it against one of the fastest drag cars in vanilla BeamNG, the Moonhawk Dragster with 1,000 horsepower. Okay, crawl up to the line, and there we are. Right, we're ready to go. Okay, rev it up. Off we go. Terrible start, but can we catch him? Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Whoa! No way! Even after that terrible start, we managed to catch him. What are the results going to be? What are the times? Okay, my reaction time was apparently way worse, 0.34, but then we hit the line at 200 miles per hour. They only hit it at 156. Quarter mile, that's not 6 seconds. I think we can try that again. Now, I want it to wheel spin quite a bit less, so I'm not going to give it all the throttle. There you go. That's a bit better. That's a lot better. Okay, past the line at about 210. Have we got 6 gears? No, we don't. But brakes. What are the brakes like? Brake, 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 brake. No! No, 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 no. Well, we did it in 8.2. That's quite a bit better than last time. And hit the line at 202 miles per hour. What an insane vehicle this is. This must be, when driven right, the fastest drag car we've got in BeamNG now. Well, it's not even a car, it's a bike. So the Hirochi Outlaw, truly a game-changing mod for BeamNG. It's free and on the repo, and there's more content coming in the future. Well done to the mod creator, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about this bike mod in the comments. If you'd like to see another unusual vehicle mod for BeamNG, click the video on screen right now. It's the Brooklyn 9F tractor mod. But I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.